Okay. So there.
Over to you, darling.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's show. Thank you for your time to coming in. And yeah, I am excited to share a little bit about what I believe in so strongly. And you all heard me talk in clinic numerous times in fun ways and serious ways. But today is the first time where you can hear a little bit about the background and the science behind these little beauties, I call them. And welcome to this session. We're planning to be about 30 minutes online and enjoy the scientific research and the sharing of my colleagues. Rhonda will take over and give us the main gist of it. And Madeleine is here to help us on the way as well. So delighted to invite everyone, and thank you, Rhonda.
Yeah, thank you so much for, oh, I've got a bit of feedback. Sorry, darling. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Yes, as you mentioned, Madeleene KROGH is with us this evening as well. It's our morning here. We're in Australia at 6 o'clock in the morning here. And Madeleene is an occupational therapist on the Sunshine Coast, and she will do a little bit of an intro for herself a little bit down the track when she speaks. And my name is Rhonda Muller. I'm a nutritional therapist. I was on the Sunshine Coast. I actually need to update that now. We've just recently moved to Mackay, which is up with the Whitsundays, if people are familiar with the east coast of Australia. So I haven't always been a nutritional therapist. I was a small business coach, and I was in accounting, etc. And yeah, I moved into clinic because of my youngest child was having significant health and developmental issues. And what I was trying to, I guess, achieve in clinic, I couldn't achieve until Madeleene introduced me to these amazing products that SILKA was just talking about as well. And I had the fortune of meeting SILKA on a train when I was in Ireland a couple of years ago. And yeah, the rest is history. So I just want to say, you know, thank you so much for joining us. We will be focusing on biohacking our health. And I'm very grateful to be on this call with you. If you haven't already, I recommend you grab yourself a pen and a notepad, because some of the information that we'll be sharing with you will actually be potentially new to you. We will be talking about a new way of looking at life and how we can do things differently, while creating my own business online as a nutritional therapist. It was very, very fulfilling. But you know, what I noticed about you know, the business model was that if I wasn't working in clinic, I wasn't getting paid. And so this is just another way of looking at life, and another way of looking at, you know, an additional income stream as well. So if someone's, you know, if you're interested in that, then I recommend you reach out to SILKA, and she can help you through that. So just a full disclaimer, you know, this is purely educational purposes. We don't claim to heal, cure, prevent, mitigate, or diagnose any disease. We are always recommending that you go back to your healthcare provider to ensure that this is the right fit for you. So how can you take control of your own biology, and what is biohacking? Well, you know, I believe it's probably something that you're going to hear a lot more about in the future. It's a bit like gut health. When I first started to educate people, you know, 12, 13 years ago about gut health, they were looking at me as if I had two heads. What was I talking about? And I believe biohacking is the same. It virtually means that you will be taking control of your own biology and helping your body reach its true potential, optimizing your genetic potential, so you become the best version of yourself. It's about helping our body to, you know, do its own self-healing and work as nature intended. And we do that, we biohack with Nutrigenomics. And a lot of people have not heard of this term before, but it's 100% natural. And it's how we're using natural substances and foods, herbs, etc., to help impact us upon our genes. So it's virtually helping. We have over 400 survival genes, and it's helping how they're expressed. Some genes are overexpressed, some genes are underexpressed, and we're trying to switch off the bad genes and switch back on the good genes. And this is holistic, natural, but heavily science-based. And it's why we have aligned ourselves with these products, these amazing products, and why we've aligned ourselves with the company. So anyone who is a health advocate, or who virtually wants to feel better and wants to live a happy, healthy life full of abundance, then you've come to the right place. LifeVantage, the company we have aligned ourselves with, virtually began in a lab with that single question, and that question was, is declining health something we virtually have to simply accept as part of getting older? And I think you'd agree, most of us are living longer, but would not necessarily say we're experiencing a life full of abundance and energy to burn. And some people, did not realize that aging actually starts relatively young, with our eyes, around about our 40s, the hearing, things like that. Our heart rate starts to decline, our lung capacity, the mineral content, etc., starts to decline around 35. Same with our muscle tone, etc. And people often say, but why? Why are these things happening? And what can we do to change it? Well, free radicals. If you go back to high school biology, you might be able to recall, we all have free radicals in our body. Every single mammal has free radicals. And this is a normal aging process. And it's something that we cannot avoid. And it's okay to have, a normal amount of free radicals, but it's when we have excessive amounts of free radicals, it's detrimental and it's causing damage to us on a cellular level. And virtually what that means is, it looks like if you cut an apple or a banana and leave it on the kitchen bench, it starts to rust. It's that cellular oxidation that is happening to us. And we cannot avoid it. The only way we can really counteract it is with antioxidants. And I see in clinic, as a nutritional therapist, I work with pediatric special needs. I'm seeing in clinic children are born with excessive amounts of free radicals. And I personally believe each generation is becoming weaker and weaker. And people say, well, why? Well, I believe it's the chemical load. Whatever we're breathing in, we're drinking water that's, has fluoride or chlorine in it. Anything we put on our skin is absorbed within 26 seconds into our bloodstream. What we're washing our hair with, babies, there was a study in 2008, a Canadian study, where babies, the umbilical cords were tested, and there were over 200 toxins in their umbilical cords. Our mobile phones, 5G, all of these things are constantly bombarding us, and genetically modified food, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. So these are damaging our body, and it's creating inflammation, and we cannot avoid this. So why do we need to lower oxidative stress? Well, like I was saying, it's cellular rusting, cellular damage. Every single tissue, organ in our body, it's creating that cellular rusting. And impacting upon every single organ in our body. So if you were to Google oxidative stress, you will find that it's linked to hundreds of diseases, hundreds of conditions. The solution is, like I mentioned before, we need to counteract these free radical molecules with antioxidants. And you can have exogenous antioxidants, which are food like, blueberries, etc. Or we can make our own. And a lot of people aren't aware that we all are born with the NRF2 protein pathway, where we make our own antioxidants. But in our mid-20s, that actually switches off. So it's a bit like when we're young and vibrant, we've got a lot of antioxidants, but as we age, that starts to switch off. So we can, lower our antioxidant stress levels and free radicals by bringing in a lot more antioxidants. but we can't eat our way out of the solution, out of the problem. But if we can get our body to kick back in and start making our own antioxidants, then that's far more powerful. So this is where the first theory of aging kicks in, the NRF2 activation. When you can actually get that working again, we can counteract it. It's far more, I guess, worthy in regards to looking at it. You've got a house on fire. That's the free radical damage. And we're trying to put it out with a glass of water. That's, using food and supplementation. But if we reactivate our NRF2 protein pathway, then that is like every single fire brigade turns up, every single neighbor turns up with the hose and buckets, and we're putting that fire out within minutes. And scientists have found a way to be able to do that by reactivating our NRF2 protein pathway. And it's just 1 tablet a day. And I think that you would find that and probably agree, it's far more effective and easier, far more cheaper and sustainable than eating a truckload of organic produce every single day, when we can just take 1 tablet. It's just 1 herbal tablet, and it will counteract millions of free radicals, rather than using food or supplements, which is just a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, the ingredients of these products are all natural, just 5 herbs, beautiful herbs. And with that synergistic blend, it's far more effective than just taking the supplements, the herbs by themselves. 18 times more effective. And don't just take our word for it. This is backed by science. We have over 30 published studies and 28 now on PubMed. PubMed is the medical library where we go for our studies. And as you can see, Harvard University, University of Colorado, Washington State University, Louisiana State University, they have all done their own independent scientific studies. So this has nothing to do with the company LifeVantage. So for me, being 100% natural and backed by independent studies, this is why we've all jumped in. And this is why we all recommend it to our clients. So one in particular, when Washington State University did their own study, they said this may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Now, when I think of the history of medicine, I'm thinking of antibiotics or things like stents or MRI machines, cochlear ear implants. And Washington State University is saying that this product is an absolute breakthrough in natural medicine. So, this is why we've aligned ourselves. Madeleine, I was just wondering if you could share the NRF1 activator and the mitochondria, and just a little bit about yourself and why you've aligned yourself with these products and this company.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rhonda. And thank you for being on here, everyone. I'm so delighted to share with SILKA the amazing science of NRF2 and NRF1. Now, as Rhonda mentioned, I'm an occupational therapist. I've worked in pain management for many, many years. And the first time when someone introduced the NRF2 to me, I rolled my eyes because I thought, oh my goodness, I'm using so many supplements. Why is this one different? And I can honestly tell you, NRF2, NRF1, those are my go-to now. It is absolutely incredible. I use it. My husband uses it. We've got 4 kids. They all use it. And what I absolutely love about the NRF2 is that it's so easy. You don't have to go for a marathon before work and do all the lifestyle changes before you can see the results. Now, those are really, really important. I'm so passionate about those. But what I find is when you take the NRF2, it gives you all the energy and the mind clarity so that you can implement all of those lifestyle changes. So I'm going to talk to you about the NRF1. So the NRF1 focuses specifically on your mitochondria. Now, if you can remember from high school biology, the mitochondria are little organelles in all of your cells, not just 1 or 2 per cell, like we've seen in the biology textbooks, but you've got thousands and thousands. And unfortunately, with aging, your mitochondria decline. So you've got less mitochondria, and the mitochondria that you do have are not working as effectively. Now, mitochondria are affected by oxidative stress, environmental factors, viruses. So we really need to look after our mitochondria. And unfortunately, with the aging process, our mitochondria are affected as well. So as you can see on that picture, the mitochondria are the red squiggly organelles, but you've got thousands in every single cell. Now think about your muscle cells, your heart cells, your liver cells. If you're supposed to have thousands and now you don't have thousands, you've got half the amount and those are not working well as well, you are going to have underpowered organs. So it's not just physically the energy that you have in the morning when you open your eyes that is determined by the mitochondria, but also the inherent energy of the cell to do its job. So really important that we look after our mitochondria. So the NRF1 is going to help you to build more mitochondria and more healthy mitochondria. So as you can see, the solution is that the body is constantly fixing and removing damaged mitochondria and producing new mitochondria. We call that mitochondrial biogenesis, and that is what we are after. And also, like Rhonda mentioned, the science with the NRF2, we've got as extensive science with the NRF1. So this is our activator, NRF1. Again, this is 5 natural ingredients, and that is going to help you to build all that additional ATP that you need. So as you can see, 5 ingredients: coenzyme, Q10, grapeseed extract, quercetin, and acetyl L-carnitine. Now, all of these ingredients, again, have that synergy, so it's working really, really well. And this is going to help you to build performance through optimizing your energy. It's going to enhance your cellular health, and it's going to boost your mitochondrial production. Now, when my husband and I started with the activators, NRF1 was not available in Australia yet. We just started with the NRF2, and then we had great results. And then my husband started with the NRF1 when it was launched in Australia. And my husband is a triathlete. My husband is 10 years older than I am. So at the time, he was around the age of 50 or almost 50. And after he started with the NRF1, he did his personal best in the pool ever. So at the age of almost 50, swimming better times in the pool than he did in his early 20s. So I can honestly tell you that if you are looking for more energy, NRF1 is the one product that you have been looking for. And it works in combination with the NRF2, because the NRF2 is going to clean out all of your cells. So that's like the vacuum cleaner of cleaning out all of the junk in your cell. And the NRF1 is like the electricity that is just going to fuel every single cell. Now, all of these products are approved by the Banned Substances Control Group, which is absolutely great. We've got Olympic athletes on these products, really healthy and safe to take these products.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Madeline. And I too absolutely love them because, you know, they're also gluten-free, they're dairy-free, yeast-free, etc. And just touching on how Madeline was talking about, you know, how we take them together. It's that synergistic blend. So the reason we take it together, it's like that 1-2 punch. This product here, it's scientifically proven to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in the first 30 days. That was an American study. And that's how we ended up with all of those additional studies. So that one, it reduces your oxidative stress because we start to make our own antioxidants again, which is so more powerful than using supplements or trying to eat our way out of, you know, the free radical damage. And then this one is all about the energy. So everyone's different, but we do know the science shows you have 1 bottle per decade that you've been on the planet before those survival genes that I talked about start to rebalance. So I'm in my 50s and I need to give it at least 5 to 6 months before everything starts to rebalance. Me personally, I noticed that I had my energy back after 3 days. And for my husband, all of the stiffness in his fingers, as a fitter and turner, and also worked for many years in the military. All of that stiffness was gone in 2 weeks for him. So there's just so many benefits to that, but we don't want to be here all night. So I'll move forward. There's also some other beautiful products that LifeVantage has brought to us. And this product here is a probiotic. And what I especially love about this probiotic, again, it's gluten-free, dairy-free, but it also has a natural yeast extract in there, which is brilliant for the immune system. And it is also a delayed release technology. You can see here a controlled release technology, which means that we can guarantee 60% of the beneficial bacteria will survive and get into the digestive system where it's needed the most. Most other probiotics that I sell in clinic, you know, the capsules dissolve within about 4 to 7 minutes. This one takes about 52 minutes. So, you know, it's a quality product, and they're beautiful, beautiful strains of bacteria. So I highly recommend that. And then they also have the Omega Plus, and oh, I'm not sure why that's jumped. And it's very, very high in DHA, vitamin D, etc., which is brilliant for brain health, etc. And then onto the daily wellness, and this is an absolute hero product. Immune support to the max. It has 8 human clinical trials showing that the wonder ingredient, which is the fermented yeast, it improves immunity in just 2 hours. So this is absolutely also fantastic for your gut health. And this one ingredient has over 75 years of research in it. So yeah, absolutely highly recommend it. It's great for the immune system, great for the gut. As you can see, it has zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, elderberry, and fermented yeast. So with everything going on in the world right now, I would be definitely saying that these are your go-to, as well as the probiotic, the omega, and the daily wellness. So yeah, please reach out to SILKA and she can get you started on these products. This is just 1 scoop in some water and you drink it. It's super simple, and children absolutely love it as well. And because they will always be very upfront if something tastes yucky, they will let us know. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. It supports everyday health and well-being, supports the respiratory and sinus health, and also the microbiome, the gut health. Okay, so as we've mentioned, you know, LifeVantage is very natural, holistic, but heavily science-based, and this company is definitely founded on science, driven by science. So that is something that we're very passionate about, because we are very pedantic on what we recommend to our clients. And the manufacturing lab quality is also the quality care, etc., is second to none. They test every single batch for pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. So the standards are very, very high. Now, this company, LifeVantage, it didn't just start off as, you know, business people getting together saying, let's start a company. No, it started with this product, this flagship product. And they realized that not every health professional knew about oxidative stress, and they didn't understand the importance of reducing oxidative stress and how detrimental it is to people. So they then decided that they needed to get it out to people and share it word of mouth. No different to, you know, your favorite butcher or your favorite hairdresser. We're going to share people, tell people about our favorite products or services. And so this is exactly how it started. So we are publicly traded. We are listed on the NASDAQ. And, you know, we're not just a company that's just popped up. It was founded in 2003 and started all those studies in 2005 when an investigative journalist went in to debunk the US study saying it reduces oxidative stress by 40%. In actual fact, he proved that it did that and more, and that's how we ended up with all these studies. So I won't go right into that, but yes, we've been around for quite a while, and we are a global company. We are, you know, just launched in the Philippines. We're in New Zealand and Australia. But in saying that, for example, here in Australia, we haven't even reached 1% of the population. So even though we have a global presence, most people haven't heard of us before. And referrals are what we do. So like I was just saying, you know, your favorite local baker or your butcher, you will happily share those services in that company with other people. This is no different. This is what we do. It's a word of mouth business. And for if you're anything like us and you know people who will benefit from these products, every time you share, you become a customer and you share these products, you have your own customer referral link. And this, I do apologize, is actually in dollars, but you will actually receive a credit every time you share these products, and your friend will also receive a discount. So to me, that's a win-win. It's always nice to be able to share the love. Now the products in Ireland, and I haven't listed all of the products, but as you can see, we've got Icy Bright. So that's a new product. It's only just been launched in Ireland as well. Helps for visual processing. I was only just telling the ladies over the weekend, I was sitting on the balcony enjoying a cup of tea with my eldest son, and my husband sitting there, and he goes, "Look, those kangaroos are fighting." And my son and I just looked at him and said, "Yes, Daddy, okay." And we just kept talking. And he said, "No, did you hear what I said?" And we said, "Yes, you were talking about the kangaroos over in the paddock." And he's sitting there without his glasses. He can actually see the kangaroos now. So that was really quite remarkable, because he's been my guinea pig in trialing the Icy Bright. He's taking the dual synergizer and the omega and the probiotic, etc., but also just started with the Icy Bright. And yeah, that was quite remarkable. We also have an NRF2 activated skincare range. The whole reason we have that skincare range is because Louisiana State University were doing a study on this little yellow pill, the NRF2 activator. They were crushing it up and putting it on skin conditions of mice, and the results were remarkable. And it's a published study. You can Google it yourself. And they went back to the company and said, if we were you, we would actually formulate a skincare range. And that's how it happened. And we also have a hair care range as well, which is also NRF2 activated. So how can you get started? If you're like us and you're wanting to jump in and start to, you know, get these beautiful products into your system, there's no fees to join. Monthly orders are your choice. When you do order on a regular monthly order process, you will receive wholesale prices. And that's a win-win, because we all like to have a savings. And like I was saying before, the dual synergizer, the NRF2, we know we need 1 bottle per decade that we've been on the planet to before we start to see those fantastic results. So we just ask that you go back to the person who shared this recording or who's invited you tonight. And if it was tonight, I dare say it was SILKA. And so we can get you started. So I just want to say thank you so much, and just ask you, where do you see yourself? You know, would you like to have more energy? Would you like to reduce muscle and joint discomfort? Would you like to sleep better? You know, would you like to have another stream of income? If this is something that you're interested in and you want to join us as business partners, we want to hear from you, because we're just 3 people trying to get the word out to many people, and the more people we have to help share this information, the better. So like I said, you can become a customer or you can become a business partner. It's very, very simple. You just order your pack and work with us to change your life and that of your network, your family, your friends, and yeah, we can go from there. So I hope you found this helpful. The way I see it, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. Should you have any questions before we get you started, please go back to SILKA. She can arrange a meeting with myself or MADALEEN, or yeah, just with the 2 of you. So I'll hand back to you, SILKA. Thank you so much, darling. And yeah, I really appreciate you organising this tonight.
Thank you so much, Rhonda, for your information and all your time you share with me so freely. And thank you, MADALEEN, for jumping in as well. And thank you for everyone involved and taking the time to log in and saying hello and learning a little bit about it. I will be so free and make a phone call to you all tomorrow, and just to take it one step further if you want, or get a little bit of feedback. So I just want to say thank you for the beautiful evening we could share together. Thank you across the world for sharing your morning with us, MADALEEN and Rhonda, and we will speak soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.